We call ourselves the Bass Brothers.
I know.
And with any band, the foundation of the band is the rhythm section. So, you know, we're brothers at the end of the day. We're brothers. We just happen to be in the same band together. So, you know, I think it helps a lot. We're actually from the 9th Ward, not the lower 9th Ward of New Orleans. But my mother, Barbara Frazier, she moved to the what we call the 6th Ward of New Orleans, which some people may know it as the Treme neighborhood. That's pretty much where we were indoctrinated into the brass band culture of New Orleans. Well, it was huge because we kind of knew about second lines. We didn't really know just how important it was to the culture. And my stepfather brought us to a second line. This was in 1970, probably 8 or 9. And second lines, they weren't just 4 hours at one time. Second lines would go all day, from morning to night. And we went out to the parade. We loved the parade, the atmosphere of the parade, just the culture of it. And we never, at that point, we didn't know we were going to form a band. We were just out there having a good time. My brother, Keith Frazier, he played with a band called the Young Men Brass Brand that was located, primarily located in a Iberville housing project with some great musicians. Keith Anderson, who recently passed, late Keith Anderson, was one of the guys in that band, and some other guys. And from that band, Philip formed Rebirth in 1983 at our high school, Joseph S. Clark High School, along with Kermit Ruffins, myself, and some other guys who were still performing. And here we are today, 35 years later. Well, actually what happened is, my brother Philip Frazier, he was the band leader of our marching band. And one of the band parents, her name was Miss Washington, asked Philip to put a group of guys together to come play at the Sheraton Hotel in downtown New Orleans for like a Toastmasters convention. And when the guys got there, they wouldn't let them play because they were serving alcohol. They said, well, we can't let you guys in, we're serving alcohol. So Philip said, I have a great idea, man. Let's go play down the French Quarter on Bourbon Street. Some of the guys were like, what? So they left the Sheraton, went down on Bourbon Street, played for some tips. Everyone in the band liked that idea of playing for tips, making money playing the instruments, and we continued to do that throughout the summer of '83, and it just one thing led to another, and like I say, here we are 35 plus years later. Walking to the French Quarter to play for tips, we would just be messing around and we would create a song. We never said we're gonna create the songs to be a huge song. You know, Kermit Ruffins was instrumental in coming up with songs, and he just like having a good time. He would come up with something like, hey man, I got something. I heard a guy saying, do what you want. I'm gonna make a song of that. He would come up with a part, Phil would add a part, some other guys would chime in and add a part, and in the process of playing that song all the time, it would just kind of grow and grow, and Do What You Want became one of our biggest songs, just like Phil funked it up. Most of the songs were songs that we just were messing around with. You know, we didn't sit down like, okay, pen and paper, you play this part, you play that part. Although it's done like that a lot today, for the most part, a lot of it was just improvised. So it's all about feeling and how you feel at the time. Today's Rebirth, it's very different. Guys are a lot younger, or maybe I'm just older, but very good musicians. I mean, they know their craft very well. You know, people say, well, you guys didn't know your craft. Like, we knew what we were doing, but we didn't know it to the point of like, hey man, I'm gonna write every part of the song. I know everyone else's part. I can play 4 or 5 different instruments. These guys today can do a lot. They're very talented. Sometimes too much talent can be a problem because you're thinking too much, whereas we weren't thinking, we just did it. So it's not, now it's more, they think about it and they do it, whereas we would like, just do it and think about it later. Like, just, hey man, kind of like do what you want, and whatever came out, came out. You know, we're brothers at the end of the day, we're brothers. We just happen to be in the same band together, so, you know, I think it helps a lot. We call ourselves the Bass Brothers.
I know.
And with any band, the foundation of the band is the rhythm section, so that was a plus for us.